SportsBeat is brought to you by Ken Garth. We hear you.
SportsBeat is live. Thanks for joining us. JJ and Sam with you for the next 45 minutes. BYU hasn't played in 2 weeks, yet they're still climbing in the national rankings. What about the Utes and the Aggies? We're going to get to see them play this year? More on what the Pac-12 and Mountain West are doing right now.
Yeah, Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals saw the Nuggets erase a big Lakers lead, but the Lakers had the last shot. We'll show you that thrilling finish and the latest release of our Game Night Live Power Rankings.
Yeah.
All-out blitz coming. A nice got him, and he drops him. He's going tracing him. Intercepted. 10-5. Touchdown. Touchdown.
This college football season has been one of the strangest evolving events in all of sports in 2020. And that's saying something considering, well, it's 2020, right? After deciding on conference-only play and then a postponement till spring, now the Pac-12 and Mountain West, they want to play this fall. The Pac-12 CEO group is expected to meet again on Thursday to vote on whether or not to return to play for the Utes and the rest of the conference. Several coaches in the conference have expressed frustration, saying they will need as many as 8 weeks to be ready. The Big Ten announced it will restart on October 24th. The Pac-12 may have to wait until at least the first weekend of November to get going. So what about Utah State and the rest of the Mountain West? Commissioner Craig Thompson stated this week that the conference is working on solutions to bring back football as soon as possible. There have been reports that the conference is looking to have an 8-game season with conference championship game on December 19th. Meanwhile, BYU is still playing, even though it's been 13 days since their last game. And even with all the time off, BYU still rising in the AP poll to 21 from number 18. The coaches poll, though, they not giving them as much love. The Cougs dropping a spot to number 23 in that poll.
Jazz fans know this well. The Denver Nuggets are a resilient bunch. The first team in NBA history to rally from 3-1 down in back-to-back playoff series isn't going to be too worried about going down 0-2. But this time they're facing LeBron and the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals. And what a start tonight for King James in Game 2. He scored the first 12 points of the game, 20 points in the first half, 8 of 11 from the field. The Lakers led by 10 at the half. The Nuggets, well, they would rally to tie the fourth, but the Lakers go on a run. Anthony Davis, the step-back three, but the Nuggets just won't die. Jamal Murray to Nikola Jokic for 3. Lakers leads down to 1. Then Jokic puts the Nuggets ahead. 11 straight for the Joker. He had 30 points, but Anthony Davis had the last shot.
Here's Davis, 4-3 in the win. Oh, it's good. Anthony Davis.
80 with 30. Lakers lead the series 2-0.
And number 1 beat number 5, number 3 dominated number 2. How did it affect our rankings? We'll show you that and several other high school highlights right after this. What an intense and dramatic game between Roy and Davis. Fourth quarter we go, 20 seconds left, fourth down. Roy throws the touchdown pass to Ethan Tucker. Extra point to tie or 2 to win, and Roy goes for 2. They take a 48-47 lead. Game's still not over, though. Davis on the final play. Look at Chance Trujillo. He gets the face mask penalty. So with the extra yardage, they've got a chance to win this on a 53-yard field goal. This is right on target. He's got a strong leg, but he just misses it, maybe by a foot or so. That's it. Roy with the thrilling 1-point win over Davis.
Let's keep the high school football highlights rolling. A big upset in Region 1. Weber was number 18 in our Game Night Live Power Rankings. They were stunned by Layton. Rocky Wall taking it back to the house. Defensive touchdown, 17-0 Lancers. Weber does get on the board eventually. This 44-yard bomb. Jake Lindsay to Jet Child. They're down 24-7 at that point, but Layton has too many weapons. Garrett Guilford to Carter Mayfield. Lancers with a big upset, 34-15.
Another thrilling finish was between Park City and Stansbury. We'll get straight to the end of that matchup. Final minute of the game. Stansbury's trailing, and Crew Huxford finds Brandon Funk on the screen all the way down to the 1. Huxford gives Stansbury the lead on the next play with 28 seconds left. Turns out that's plenty of time for Park City still. After 3 straight completions, Chase Byer tosses up a prayer with no time left. Riley Finlayson answers it. Park City wins on the Hail Mary, 33-28.
They're calling it the Byer bomb. The Falcons stun the Cavemen right from the start. Number 2 versus number 3. Skyridge up 7-0 already. McKay Hillstead connects with Mitch Adamson, 28 yards, and then pick 6. Give this man a Peisman, Stone Mulatalo, stone cold. A defensive tackle with a 42-yard pick six. We waited for American Fork to rally, but it never happened. The Falcons defense forced 3 turnovers, and the offensive side of the ball poured on for Skyridge. Jeter Fenton with one of his 3 touchdowns. A 32-yard run. Skyridge crushes American Fork 41-9.
All right, another top 5 matchup took place on the other side of the point of the mountain between Pleasant Grove and Corner Canyon. Opening drive, Corner Canyon's Jackson Dart to Noah Kerr gets him to the red zone, then Dart punches it in on the next play. Second quarter, Pleasant Grove answers. Sam Levitt lets one fly. Brooks Winterton's at the other end. He pulls it in. And then Levitt to Darius Clemens. Darius Clemens has been an excellent target for him all season. There's a score. Now, Corner Canyon would add 2 more scores before the half. First, it's Dart to Cody Hagan, and then Dart to Kerr. Again, this time, this completion is going to go 40 yards to the house. Easy win for Corner Canyon, 38-7.
One more from Region 4, Westlake hosting Lone Peak. This is Lone Peak's Caden Frank. He's going to return this 61 yards on the punt for the touchdown. 7-0 Knights, second quarter. Lone Peak quarterback Jonah Himuli to Weston Covey. 41 yards down the sideline, 27-0 Lone Peak. Let's go to the third quarter. Lone Peak quarterback Luke Romney this time to Weston Covey. 33-0. How many quarterbacks does Lone Peak have? Jeez, 33-7, Lone Peak rolls.
All right, winners of 2 straight, the Bingham Miners were hosting Harriman. Harriman, they've got this guy at Bingham named Isaiah Glasker. You might have heard of him before. If not, there he goes. 61 yards for the 7-0 lead. The Bingham defense didn't give Harriman many chances either, though. Zayden Wright with the pick. That would lead to another Bingham score. They get 3 in a row for Bingham now. 44-10, they got the win.
Jordan visiting Riverton, but not many people visited Riverton. Limited fans on hand due to a COVID outbreak at the school, but those few fans got a show. Jackson Howard finds Josh Jacobson to get things started. Then Howard's going to find Andrew Mangum for the diving catch. Nice play. They got big help on defense, too. Mason Spackman. The interception, nice play. They keep it rolling in the third. Howard's going to find Jackson Bennett, making it 28-0 Silverwolves. They win this one, 56-6.
Region 8, a battle between Maple Mountain visiting Wasatch. This was an upset special. First quarter, Wasatch gets things going when Adarius Edwards heaves one up for Jaron Kalama. It's a 35-yard touchdown. Both teams were trading scores early. Second quarter, Maple Mountain's Tyler Nelson to Cole McAllister seemed to be setting up for a shootout here, but then Wasatch rattled off 28 straight points. That extended into the third quarter. Edwards threw for 7 touchdowns. He and Kalama connected on 4 of them. How about that? Edwards threw for 386 yards. Kalama had 172 yards receiving. Wasatch won 49-20.
A non-region clash. Brighton heading to Utah County to take on Springville. Second quarter tied at 14. Right after a Red Devils touchdown, Colin Edwards bursts through the defense, and he's gone. 90 yards for the touchdown. It's 21-14 Bengals. Next Brighton possession. Gabe Curtis, the quarterback, on the keeper. You know what he's going to do, because that's why we're showing it on TV. 64 yards to the house, 28-14 Brighton. Now 28-21, fourth quarter. Caden DeLamas for Springville, the quarterback, looking for the deep ball. But he's picked up by Mason Young, and Brighton goes on to win this one 28-21. They're 6-0.
How about Skyline trying to stay perfect at Murray? The Spartans get after the Eagles early. CJ Padilla with the interception. That sets up this. Kyler Nielsen to Barrett Schaefer. 7-0 Murray. Is this an upset? Nah, Skyline gets rolling. Braxton Bolingbroke to Isaac Visser to tie it up at 7. Second quarter, Bolingbroke to Tyler Limpert. They put up 35 points in the second quarter. They end up blowing them out 6-0. They were supposed to play Brighton next week, but due to a COVID test at Skyline, the game has been canceled. Now Skyline is off for 2 weeks.
Olympus on the road against Highland. Peyton Rice gets him started. Woo, he's fast. 73 yards for a 7-0 lead. Go to the second quarter. Titan quarterback Tommy Hogan finds Josh Vandenacker. He's in for the score. and then give it to the fullback, Johnny Frank. Going to make it 21-0. 2 minutes later, more Olympus scores. John Schlendorf, a 60-yard punt return, and Olympus with a 40-24 win.
Beaumont was on the road against Box Elder. Box Elder's Parker Buchanan stood out on both sides of the ball. First, on defense, the interception, and he's going to take it the other way after a little stumble. He's going to get into the end zone for the touchdown. Then on offense, as the quarterback, he's going to get the job done with his legs. He had 118 yards rushing and 2 scores, leading the Bees to the victory over Beaumont.
It's a man amongst boys. He's a big kid. Alta and Mountain Ridge. Mountain Ridge leading 13-6 after the first half, but in the second half, it was the DeAndre Randolph show. That ties the score at 13. Then on defense, Randolph, the interception. Give this kid an offer, college coaches. Speaking of great catches, Ethan Jackson somehow stays in bounds after this DeAndre Randolph touchdown catch. Gabriel Barraza is going to come down with this. Man, Alta had some stuff going on. They scored 35 straight to pull away and get the win.
West was hosting Hunter. Time running out in the first half. Josh Harding into triple coverage. Look at what Nathan Swaste does. That's in triple coverage, guys. Hunter led 17-7 late when West makes things interesting. Daniel Anio picks up the Hunter fumble. He's going the other way, 76 yards for a touchdown return, but the Wolverines were able to hold off West and get the win by 3.
All right, big game in Cache Valley. Skyview and Ridgeline. Skyview leading 14-0. Caden Cox to Evan Webb. A 13-yard touchdown. Riverhawks on the board. They go for 2. And Jaden Harris takes the pitch and gets in. Lead down to 6. Now let's go to the fourth quarter with 2:57 left in the game. Look at this push by the Ridgeline offensive line. Caden Cox scores, but there's problems on the extra point. So the game is tied at 14. Skyview then drives down the field and sets up their kicker, Kason Erickson. 28-yard field goal with 9 seconds left. It's good. That's your game winner. Skyview survives 17-14.
Snow Canyon and Desert Hill. Snow Canyon with a big play on the first play of the game. It's Bretton Stone. Yeah, he's gone. 60 yards for the touchdown. So here we are in the second, tied at 7. Desert Hills takes the lead when Noah Fuailetolo finds Eric Olson on the 29-yard score, but Snow Canyon would put the game away. Just under 2 minutes to go, Landon Fry to Stone, and he's untouched on his way for the score. It was 28-21.
They left no stone unturned. Thanks for the courtesy laugh. More Region 9. Cedar and Dixie. Dixie got some help with some big plays. First, Bronson Barbin to Shea Anderson, 76 yards. No more puns, I promise. Then in the third quarter, Avery Anderson. Look at this run. What a stud. 87 yards in the touchdown run. Woo! That is a great play. Flyers win this one 24-19.
Moving on, big game in 3A. Defending champ Morgan at Summit Academy. The Trojans having their way with the Bears. The reverse to Trey Hill to Levi Millward. With trickery, Morgan rolls Summit Academy 56-10.
Delta, North San Pete, 3A football. Delta would tie it just before the half. This play is stuffed. But then at the last second, Oren Finlinson takes it in. A little improvisation, but Bowles would add 2 second-half touchdowns for North San Pete, and that was the difference in a 28-21 win for the Hawks.
Beaver taking on their fourth 3A opponent this season. Beaver with a 14-0 lead. Grantsville cracks back. How about an 85-yard kick return? Ethan Rainier cuts the lead to 14-7. Beaver still had plenty in the tank, though. Trayson Hunter to Creighton Hollingshead. Hollingshead had 3 touchdowns in the game. Beaver 6-0 with a 42-20 win. They've been pretty down there this year.
All right, coming up next, a game-winning Hail Mary, a D lineman with a pick 6, one-handed catches, all kinds of craziness going on this week under the Friday Night Lights. It's all coming up next for the Game Night 5 and the highlight reel.
SportsBeat is brought to you by Ken Garth. We hear you.
Drum roll. Week 6 release of the Game Night Live Power Rankings came out this week. Of course, it was a huge week in the NFL, but just as big in high school football. Now, the Power Rankings that came out, we saw Skyridge moving up to number 2 from number 3 after knocking off American Fork. Lone Peak to 3, Roy up 5 spots to number 4. PG stays at number 5 in this week's rankings. You see them all fall in. Kearns and AF, they're tied at 7th. And then how about Sky and Davis? Skyview, I should say, and Davis are actually tied at 9th. Did I get that wrong? Oh, yeah, Brighton's at 7th.
A lot of ties.
Brighton's at 7th. American Fork and Kearns tied.
Need to break those ties. You can see the complete top 20 at KSLSports.com. All right, a special moment at Timpview High School Friday night. Head coach Andy Stokes' wife, Tia, was diagnosed with leukemia 1 year ago, shortly after the birth of their baby daughter.
Yeah, the Thunderbird community, they've really rallied around the Stokes family, so much so that the team fundraiser this year was actually selling off specialty jerseys honoring Tia's fight against cancer, jerseys that the team surprised Stokes with on Friday night.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field the Timpview Thunderbirds.
Hey, those are sexy, aren't they?
The blue jerseys differ from the team's normal home color of orange, and every one of them reads hashtag Tia's Tribe on the back of the nameplate, which is the hashtag the Stokes family is using in Tia's battle against leukemia. Coach Stokes says the way the people in the Timpview family have rallied around him has been inspiring to witness. We wish the best Stokes family and Tia. All right, before we say goodnight, it's time to count them down.
Let's do this. The Week 6 Game Night 5 right now.
You know when a game has a Hail Mary to win it and comes in at number 5, that we got some great plays ahead. This was special, and this is number 5. They're calling it a Beyer bomb. Quarterback Chase Beyer of Park City to Riley Finlayson for the win over Stansbury. What a shocker.
Number 4, Layton's Rocky Wall grabs the tipped snap and runs uncontested.
Is that a pick 6 or what is that?
I don't know what you call it. I think a fumble recovery.
Either way,
I think
it's a touchdown, right?
Yeah, 6 points for Layton's defense.
All right, this was called an incomplete pass, but watch closely. Skyline's Isaac Visser not only high points the ball, but watch his foot. That's in. He had one inbounds. It should have been an interception.
What a catch.
Hey, he got on TV, so all good.
All right, number 2 on our list, the big guy on the D-line from Skyridge. Stone Mulitalo stealing this ball out of the air, rumbling back for the touchdown, and Skyridge's big win.
And number 1, what a night for Tron Grizel and the Park City Miners before their Hail Mary win. Tron looked like Megatron on this one. The one-handed snag. Well done. All right, we're going to finish on the highlight reel. We're going to say goodnight. Enjoy this week's highlight reel. We'll see you tomorrow with Monday Night Football.
That's right.
BYU's getting ready to play Troy. We've got it all covered for you.
Yep. Have a great weekend.
Feels some pressure. He's going to roll out. He's just going to chuck it up. He's going for the end zone. Cut!